We could start. Let's get this off the screen. Okay. Okay, so Sharatar Per Gimel. Per Gimel discussing how Torah protects a person from Yisurim and misfortunes in this world, the next world. Where we up to? We learned this about that being compared to lechem, bread. I think so. Okay, so the Bazara Kodesh, that's Yud Ches Adar. Sharatar Per Gimel. Bazara Kodesh Pashas Pekudei. Coming up next week. Aflig besochor shal kavei itim l'Torah bipucho chasvu. It just talks there, great, about the reward of someone who's kavei itim. We discuss how important it is to have a set time, and you don't break something really important. You broke it, you make it up within that next 24 hours. So the tremendous reward for someone who's kavei itim, and the opposite chasvu. Zel says the Zohar. Heichol Revia, the fourth Heichol in heaven, whatever. Bechulu. Tlosim v'tartein achronin inun memanin akol inun de la'oin ba'araisa toder. Le'poske b'yamama v'v'leil. There are 32, I guess, malachim that are appointed on those who learn Ba'asik Torah constantly, and they don't stop neither day or night. V'yilein achronin, and the other ones, called the kulu toisoihu, that are under them, below them, inun the kovei zimnin yitin maraisa. Those are the ones who set times, specific times to learn Torah. Vado inun memanan kulu, and on them, on this, they're all appointed. Vado inun memanan kulu ulanosha, and to punish, they're all kulam will punish. Those who are able, who have the ability to learn, and that don't do it. I'm not sure what this Zohar meant, but it's 32 Rimunim, I guess, to give reward to those who do learn Torah, and those are there for those, punish those who don't. Umishu Zohar continues the Chafetz Chaim. Bilimar Torah. Someone's careful about learning Torah, Mesimin Alibu, and puts them on his heart. It's important to him. Hashem Yisparach. He merits Hashem's love. The best. It is which is free. Ala posik. Those words, Dvarim, Vizel Shainai, Lefishu Oimer Vahaftas Hashem Kecha B'chol Levavcha, says the Sifri, since it says Vitov Vahaftas Hashem Kecha, any there Be'ezit Sad Oyhavim as HaKadosh Baruch. I don't know, says the Sifri, Be'ezit Sad, maybe how, which side, how do you love Hashem? Talmud Loimar, therefore, this pasuk teaches us, these words should be on your heart. And if you put the Torah on your heart, says the Sifri, from doing that, Atamakir Sakadosh Baruch Hu, you come to recognize Hashem, Umidabek B'drochav, and you go in His ways. It's the way. So I'm not sure. Oh, so so I made a mistake. Doesn't mean to the love of Hashem, is zeicha to love Hashem. And where do you see that? Because the Sifri says that the pasuk says, "V'afta Hashem l'kecha." How do I do that? How do I love Hashem? So that's what this pasuk in Dvarim of V'hoyu Hadvarim Ha'ela. If you put the words of the Torah on your heart, right, that brings you to know Hashem and to be medabek in His ways, and that brings you to Avas Hashem. So the way to Avas Hashem is with Limud HaTorah. Perik Daled. Boyivor Goydel Oynish HaPerich HaTorah. It's going to explain here the tremendous punishment. in our times, it's not in vogue to talk about punishment, Gehenna and stuff. But the Chavetz Chaim lived in a different generation, and here he's writing Perik Dalit, where we can discuss the Einish, the punishment for someone who separates themselves from Torah. And like I said before, Mashkiach Reb Dunn said, like I said, it's not. I need to talk about Gehenna, but that doesn't mean it goes away if you don't speak about it. So we're all big boys, and let's see. From all we've written about the tremendous schar there is for one who's Isaac in Torah in this world, or Olam Haba in the next world. So we can then understand this Geidel HaOinish al Perish Haser Min HaTorah. Guess it's the flip side, right? It's such schar. And someone who does it's the opposite. The Isa B'Sefri, Kshem Sheschar Talmud Torah Gadol Mikol HaMitzvos. It's just like the schar of learning Torah is the greatest of all the mitzvahs. Kach oinsha bitula Gadol Mikol Avonos. So too is the punishment of being mevatel Torah bigger than all the other averas. Bisa ba'avos. Perik Vav. Amrei B'Shua Ben Levi. B'chol yom v'yom baskol yoytzeis mahal chayriv. Daily, a baskol goes from Har Chayriv, Har Sinai, Umachrezes, and Shmiras makes an announcement. Oy lahem l'brias melbonis shel Torah. Woe to the creations, to the brias, from the embarrassment of Torah, that you embarrass Torah, that is you're able to learn it and you don't learn it. So it's like you're, putting it in his face. V'isa b'zar chodesh, yom hadin shiel osid, yom hadin will be in the future, k'may chakosov, as Malachi writes, Gehine yom bo, boyer katana, we discussed it the other day, like a fire, a furnace. Zeh yom she'osid Moshe Rabbeinu alav shalom, l'tboya al b'nei Torah. Moshe Rabbeinu is going to be there, and he's going to ask for an accounting for this. I gave you the Torah. What did you do with it? Ukadisa b'mishnah. As it says in Mishnah, Oy lahem labriyos. Ki be'emes elboin gadol hu Torah. It's a very big elboin. Elboin means like an embarrassment. To the Torah, shasharish kedushasu lamal ba'en lamas kulam kiyadua. That the source of the Torah of the kedusha is above all the world. When then us people we leave it on the side. We have an opportunity, and we're saying we're not interested. It's tremendous elbowing to the Torah because of a sefer malatz haTorah. Sheyosem adam alibo, you should take to heart. Let's say there was a guy, a farmer out there, right, and he gets this reward. He gets that he could come now and serve the king. And he could serve the king the same way all the princes, all the people close to the king serve him. He could also be one of them. He'd be full of joy. He's made it. Even if he didn't get rewarded for doing it, but that in itself, that he's going to be close to the king and he could serve the king just like up front they do, be tremendous simcha. And he certainly would say, no, thank you. Let me stay with my cows. And he'd be ecstatic. He'd be, Kama says the Malas HaTorah. So much more, how a person has to rejoice. He has the schus to learn the Torah. That the malachim above, they, mishtashim means they play, they have hanofra. And all the tzaddikim in Gan Eden are involved in the Torah. So how happy we have to be, how excited we have to be that we could do that. And certainly I'm not going to not do it. I have such an opportunity. Chazal tells us when a person's asking for Torah, they're surrounded. When you're asking for Torah, the malachim that are created from the words of your Torah surround you. Kimole ayin means as far as you can see, you're surrounded with malachim, and you're in the middle. So then obviously for someone who doesn't learn Torah, the punishment is great. Shenemar, Alov Nemar, Navi says, Va'isri Hashem Yichlu, those who leave Hashem will be destroyed. Oila Isa Busha, what an embarrassment. Oila Isa Kalima. What are you going to say? But you have to answer for that time. Ayesh Kates Launcha, is there an end to his punishment? Kvi Goydel Hasar, as great as the reward. Ke Goydel Ha'inish Lapirish Mimeno. So we have to be makabel even another 5 minutes from what we're learning. Take on an extra 5 minutes, strengthen ourselves in Liman Torah, and an extra 5 minutes. We should have something practical. I mean, if you could do an hour, great. But whatever you could do. Okay, one more. And you should imagine, let's say a great king is traveling and he sees a guy laying in the garbage. He's all beaten up with all kind of illnesses, suffering. Mamash derelict. And somehow this person found favor in the eyes of the king. But so the king sends his people to give him a good shower, clean him up, and heals him from all the illnesses. To the point where now he's 100% healthy. And he dresses him with expensive clothing, kind of expensive jewelry, mostly called Gdazov. He gives him his treasuries. And he commands, and he says, from now on, you're the one who runs the country. And he gives his princess, his daughter, to this person as a wife. He puts him above all the nobles. To the extent that he commands all the great people in the country to serve this guy. He says, so while he's dressed now with royalty, and all the great people in the kingdom walking in front of him with torches, lighting the way. He passes by a garbage and he sees children playing there with stones. And he's jealous that they can play with these stones. He goes to do what they're doing. He throws off all those royalty, and he throws away all those tanugim that he got for also called Doya Malchus. He leaves all these great people. Shahokal of fun of Viniskalgo, he goes joining them in the garbage. And this Lachai Bashman gets dirty when this Atef book. Like he used to be, he goes back. Can we imagine the punishment that this guy's going to get? The king lifted him up, gave him everything, put him in control, and he just turns it all away and goes back into his garbage. How he disgraced the king and all those who are serving him with Tanif Begadar Hikarim and dirtying all those precious clothing he's wearing. He says, and this mashal is understood. Hashem gave us the Torah, gave us royalty, gave us everything. And we leave it. And where do we go to? To some shtickle, chicken. To play in the garbage of the emptiness of this world. This is all part of what the Malas HaTorah wrote. With this we can understand, says the Chofetz Chaim, the Gemara and Brachos. Anyone who has the ability to learn and doesn't, Kadosh brings upon him tremendous suffering. Shenemar, pasuk until Nelamti Dumiya Hechishesi Mituvu Mitoiv Ucheevi Neker. There ain't Toiv el Torah. I was quiet from Torah, and I left the Torah. Mida Keneged Mida. Says Chavetz Chaim Princes. This is Mida Keneged Mida. Fishu Biza Satar. When you don't learn Torah when you can, so you're being mavasa the Torah. You're saying it's not important to me. Other things are more important to me. So you also become a person that's this baza. You have yisurim. You're beaten up. You become a nothing also. Okay, let's stop here.